What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is the Humble Actor, and today I'm just super excited to check out this figure over here, which is the VHS Wolverine figure. And yes, it's been a while since I've actually uploaded a video because I was actually waiting for this figure to arrive. And yes, I did have a few, but I kind of sold it off. So yes, finally I got one for myself over here to review with you guys. And of course, I do have the VHS Mr. Sinister, which I haven't reviewed. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys want me to check it out. And also I do have that amazing Cyclops figure. So in today's video, what we're going to do, of course, is to check out the figure, go through the articulation, accessories, and of course just give you my thoughts and my opinions after doing some comparisons. So yes, let's get right into it. Okay, so we're going to start off here with the packaging, and I am not a real big fan of this kind of a windowless packaging, but I do feel that with this kind of VHS style, it does kind of suit it. So over here on the back, we have the product image. And of course, if we bring it a little bit closer here, it does say his adamantium claw / shrewd steel, his mutant healing abilities, man, even the worst wounds. He's Wolverine, the best at what he does, and what he does is fight evil mutants. This is pretty interesting because they don't really say that. I mean, he just says, I am the best in what I do, and what I do isn't very nice. That's classic Wolverine, you know. This one, try to make it more kid-friendly. And over here on the back here, on the sides, we do have that cartoon logo from the 90's kind of show. And overall, you know, in terms of packaging, it isn't too bad compared to the modern age Marvel Legends packaging. So yes, let's just unbox this and see what we have inside. Alright, so here is the Wolverine figure, and in terms of the colors, I gotta say, I really do like these animated colors over here. It is very bright, very vibrant, but before we go any further, let us just check out the accessories that comes with this figure. Alright, so in terms of accessories here, we do have two pairs of hands, one with the claws and one without. And for the one without, it's actually used to hold the photo frame here, which you need to attach yourself. But it does look really, really cool. And of course, we do have two awesome head sculpts over here. Alright, so here we have the Wolverine figure, and we're going to have a closer look on this. And this is one thing I really don't like about this windowless packaging, because the QC on this is quite bad. So if we can see from here, you can see that the so-called his face mask here, you know, this thing is a little bit bent out of shape. I gotta probably put some heat on this to actually kind of straighten this out. And again, I couldn't know because, you know, once you only open it, you kind of see what you can get. And there is a little bit of some distortion in the eye here because it is a little bit out from his mask. So that is very disappointing for me. And we do have some paint defects over here, like on the side here, you have some smudges on one side, and I think there's going to be a little bit more here and there. But overall, in terms of just the color and how it looks, I mean, I gotta say it looks really, really nice. I'm just going to put this aside here. And just looking at this figure, I mean, this is a really classic Wolverine figure. There is the stripes here. We have the cell shaded on one side here, which is pretty consistent, which is something I really do like. Over with the Mr. Sinister, it was really quite bad, so I didn't really like it because it was just quite messy. And I think once they do it properly, I think it does look alright. And one thing I like about this claws that we have here is that it's all sculpted in, so it's not like bendable or like in previous Wolverine figures where you can kind of take out one by one. This is all like sculpted in, so this is really cool. And I think it's all bent into quite a good shape, so you don't have like that warping inside, that kind of thing, which we have had with previous Wolverine figures. And if we look at the other accessories here, we have the photo frame here. Looks really, really nice. And of course, growing up in the 90s, I was always finding it really, really funny that Wolverine does have a picture of Scott and Jean. So yes, I don't know what he did to get this picture, and he was just looking at it. You know, it's a bit weird, you know, he's just looking at this guy here while he's just dreaming about Jean. And the other face sculpt here does look really, really nice. That's more the serious, sad look that he does have. And this one here doesn't have much of an issue because I think it's all really nice, but this one was pretty disappointing for this head sculpt here. So that is one thing to consider when you are buying this. So you gotta like just push it in a little bit to make sure it does go in all the way. So yes, that's one thing. And of course, just looking at the back here, it does look really, really nice. And also the cell shading does go on to his shoulder pads here as well. which you can detach. I mean, you can like just move it around here, so it can give you a lot of range of motion. You have still your pins over here, and also on the boots, I do like this effect here where it's all like coming out. Like normally they just have it like a little bit just stuck out, but here's very nice, just like his head here, you know, it's all like following the same trend. Looks really nice, and the belt here doesn't really hinder too much when it comes to this, and the color does look really nice. Again, cell shading all around, and overall I think it's just a really nice looking figure. The colors do look really nice, but again, when it comes to this kind of stuff, I really don't like it when they have that QC issues over here with this figure. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about the articulation of this. So in terms of the head movement, it can go all the way up this much, and of course go down this much here, which of course is really good. You do have some slight swivel on the sides. I'm just trying not to bend this here, and you can of course rotate it as much as you want. Going on to the butterfly joints here, you can spread out all the way this much, which is really nice. And of course you can cross your arms a little bit inwards here like this, so you can do that nice claw hands here, which is really nice. And of course you do have nice 360 rotation, which you can do here, not hindered at all by the shoulder joints. And you do have nice bicep swivel. You do have your double jointed elbows here, but of course with that big biceps it is a little bit hindered. And of course you do have nice wrist rotation, and also you do have swivel here, and also can go down this much here, so really nice. And going on to the torso, you can crunch forward this much, and then crunch forward backwards this much. And of course you do have your waist rotation, not hindered by the belt. Going on to the legs, you can spread out here this much. You do have your upper thigh swivel, and of course you don't have any calf rotation. Oh, actually you do. You do have calf rotation here, and you do have pretty decent ankle pivot, I would say. And it does help a lot when it comes to making this figure stand, which is a little bit of a challenge even for me. And measuring out this figure, it does stand at about the 6-inch mark, just slightly below the 6-inch mark. And of course, we want to compare this figure with the 3-pack Wolverine figure, and I gotta say both of them look really nice. Of course, you do have the obvious changes here with the face mask on each of them, and in terms of the color, this one does have the brighter yellow, but definitely we are going to do some head swaps over here. So here we have it, and I gotta say, I mean, the yellow is a little bit different, but I think you can look past it. On both of these two figures, they do look really nice. So yeah, you can do that with your two Wolverine figures. And here's another head swap as well from the 3-pack. And yes, you can use all your Wolverine figures, all the heads, you can use it with this figure here, no problem whatsoever. And here is it next to the retro VHS Cyclops figure, and I do like the difference in height on both of these two figures. And in terms of the cell shading as well, it is of course quite uniform because it's all to the right side of the figure, which of course I really do like. And yes, this is two figures that I think if you guys are going to get this, I think you are going to be persuaded to buy the whole VHS series, because both of these two figures do look really nice together. Okay, so that is it with the VHS Wolverine figure. And in terms of rating, I'm just gonna give this a nice 6.5 out of 10. I mean, it is a very good figure. It is definitely above average. It is nice to have, but I wouldn't say it's a must-have. I mean, I do like the accessories with this. I do like the claws with this. I do like the colors. So yes, it is a good figure, but of course there are tons of Wolverine figures out there anyway. So I don't think that this is a necessary figure to get. But of course, if you guys want the VHS style, you want a more updated color, you want the nice animated look, I think this is a really great figure. And of course, if you're a huge fan of Wolverine, definitely this figure is a one to get. But for the casual fan like me, I think this figure here, I mean, it is good, but I would just stick to my 3-pack, which just give me a little bit more hit. So if you guys did enjoy this, do click the like and smash the subscribe button down below. And of course, if you want to follow me more on my socials, you can do so on my Instagram at The Humble Lecter. So yes, that is it. This is The Humble Lecter, and I will see you guys in the next one.